Hi, welcome to Zgadgetreview. Before we get started, go ahead and subscribe by hitting that big red button down there or the little watermark in the corner. Thank you. The Pixel 6 and the Pixel 6 Pro leaked a few days ago. And originally, we didn't have much information on the phone except what the phone might look like and the type of cameras that the phone might have. But now we have a lot more information on what the device will actually have and most likely will actually look like. Seeing how the release of this phone is going to be around September 30th, it makes sense that more information is leaking out the closer that we get to the release. Starting with the chip, it looks like Google will actually use their own chipset, codenamed Whitechapel, on the upcoming Pixel 6 and Pixel 6 Pro. The chip is going to be made by Samsung using 5nm technology. This is going to allow Google to leverage AI and machine learning out of the chipset. There are some bad news about the upcoming proprietary Google processor. The rumor says that the processor isn't going to be as fast as a Snapdragon 888. It's going to actually land between Snapdragon 888 and Snapdragon 865, meaning that it's going to be a middle of the road type of chip. Now, this obviously could be because it's the first time that Google is creating their own silicon to put into a device. As we know, Google has always relied on software when it came to their cameras. Their cameras have never been these spectacular things. They have always relied on AI, learning, and the software that accompanies that hardware. So keeping that in mind, it could be that the machine learning and the AI will not only help with the camera performance on these upcoming phones, but also with how the phone performs overall. I guess we'll have to see more once there's a release and people get their phones into their hands. But the phones should allow to tailor the experience for each individual as the phone learns how the person that has that phone uses that phone and how to allocate their resources. Now, a processor that is between 888 and 865 Snapdragon, I wouldn't say that it's terrible. It should be pretty good, and it should be a lot better than whatever we had with the Pixel 5. Now, we also have a better look of what the phone will look like. These are mock-ups of what the phone will look like. This actually looks more realistic than what came out a few days ago. And with that, we also got some new information. It's saying that the primary sensor on the camera is going to be 50 megapixels, which is finally a big bump up from other cameras that previous Pixel phones have had. That's also going to be paired with an ultra wide angle lens, an 8 megapixel periscope telephoto lens that supports up to 5 times optical zoom. The Pixel 6 Pro is also expected to have 120 Hz refresh rates on a Quad HD screen, a 6.7-inch screen, an in-display fingerprint reader, and a 5,000 milliamp hour battery, and of course, 5G. There has also been a leak about Google filing a patent for an under-display camera. The way this camera is supposed to work is it's going to be hidden when the camera isn't in use. So you won't have that hole punch camera that you see in other phones. It will actually be hidden away when you're using the phone. And when you're ready to take a picture, obviously using the front-facing camera, the image will disappear, revealing the camera for you to use. Now, this is a really, really cool concept. Now, the reason why the thought is that it's going to be on the Pixel 6 is because the patent says that this is to be used in an upcoming Pixel device. The rumor could also be that it's going to be on this super top secret foldable Pixel phone that we haven't seen anything or heard of that might be in the works. Now, we have also gotten some information on the Pixel 6 vanilla regular Pixel 6. So the Pixel 6 supposedly is going to have a 6.4-inch display, is going to have the same refresh rate as the Pro, so 120 Hz. You also get a look of what that phone is supposed to look like here. As we guessed on the last leak, it looks like the regular Pixel is going to have only 2 cameras instead of 3 cameras. And the Pixel 6 might also have wireless charging. Of course, it's going to be 5G, but we don't have as much information on that version of the phone as we do on the Pro. One of the other big reveals on this leak also is that Google will actually have a big budget to promote the phone. So instead of just announcing that the phone is coming out and doing like a billboard and a commercial here and there, like they did with the Pixel 5, they're actually going to take the time to market this phone the correct way. They're putting a lot of resources behind this phone to try to restart the Pixel brand and make it a competitive brand, which is a good thing because the more competition we have in the mobile phone arena, the better it is for the consumers. But it is a rumor, so nothing is set in stone. We won't have all the information until the phone comes out or we get closer to launch. Whichever way, this phone looks a lot better than the previous phones that they have done. For a little bit there, it felt like, hey, we own Android and we should have a device that shows what Android can do, so why don't we just do the bare minimum and make a phone kind of thing. Finally, it seems that they are actually putting the resources into making a phone that people will want to buy, a phone that can compete with other companies and that has a full suite of features that will be appealing to the average consumer. What do you think about the coming Pixel 6? Does this make you want to buy it more? Have you ever had a Pixel phone? Let me know in the comment section. That's it for me. Go ahead and subscribe, give us a thumbs up, it really helps the channel. Go ahead and hit that bell so you can be alerted every time we have new videos. And thank you very much for watching.